Oh, and we're into map number 1 here. It's a little Vertigo between MIBR and Carpe Diem, and we'll see if they can Carpe this particular Diem, because despite it being their map pick, Mimu, we've got doubts.
What does Carpe Diem mean again?
Seize the day.
Seize the day. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. Just had to educate myself, educate the world. You know, spread the information. Spread the love, I suppose.
Something about fish.
Something along those lines. Walker's in a bit of trouble here. Cello actually gets 2 out of that endeavor. Now things get a little funky because so far, no days have been seized. No kills either have been seized, nor much space on towards the map. Hex wanted to try and work something through here, but MIBR have just pulled away. They've left JOTA deep towards the ramp. Everyone else is just chilling out. They have plentiful information that Chop wants to re-clear this space, and with a man advantage of 2, that timer is slowly working in their favor.
So one of those weird calls. I mean, 2-man dueling out ramp, I suppose I understand that there's 1 player, but at a certain point, you give up the advantage to the USPs, and Cello gets the ace this time. No turtle to yoink it. It's going to be Cello with 5 in the pistol round. You'll recall, yesterday they kicked off with a near Cello ace in the pistol on Ancient, and then Turtle just yoinked it away from him. But this time he gets it done.
And yet again, the hardest enemy to hit, always the one that's not moving, not too fast. Good work out of him. Cello's been a beast in the server in day number 1 in the playoffs, and it looks like he might just be starting there again. Carpe Diem did absolutely nothing that round, so they'll just stick with the Glocks in this one. Should be a gimme for MIBR. They're hoping to get Woody some of that money farmed away with his MP9.
Better make some cash. Oh, it's like one of those game shows where he's just in a queue with dollar bills flying all around him. He's just trying to catch as many as possible. Well, okay. He did not chase as heavily as I thought he was going to. This is a very casual, controlled strategy to grab those dollar bills. He's got 1. He's got 2. Could actually get caught. But no, he's just making money. Stacking those racks, making that cash roll up to 5K already. And MIBR moved through that one clean.
That they do. 2 clean rounds in a row here as MIBR. A little bit of coordinated aggression in that round, as they so often love to do. Carpe Diem, though, they did fall on their swords, so they'll have full money in towards this round. They'll have some AKs invested on in the bonus round, though. Not much of a bonus round when practically everyone has a rifle on through. That's what 2 flawless rounds back-to-back. The Blue Boys already want something through the smoke. 1 for 1. For a lesser buy on that MP9, that's pretty no value. He'll slow this advance for Carpe Diem and ensure that that ramp control is maintained as the utility even ensures that JOTA has re-cleared the space. Good start for MIBR.
Walker's also a big piece of how they like to take ground out towards A, so without that, that's definitely a limiting factor, but ooh, he's a little vacant. They've got Exit here, but as we know, Exit tends to be a pretty passive player. Right now, he's got responsibility for mid and the B site. I'm wondering if he detects presence, if he's just going to fall back in towards a bit of a retake with his teammates. This is a prime opportunity. This could be really interesting indeed. Slowly going over. Here it is. Exit going to try and hold on, but he's deleted. And now they've got the site. Now they've got the numbers. They're about to have the bomb plant.
Turtle might have to stop that. It's from Moss and a tough angle as he drops on down. So now we'll just fall to this region. 1 smoke invested to get forward. There's a kid on the ground which he can recover. So at least 2 of those to work with, but still absolutely no utility. And I suppose there's a question of whether you even want to go for it at this point with the limited utility. You're wrapped back towards spawn, so this flank, if it could find value, opens so much more up. They realize the Carpe Diem could just be committing to the retake, and, well, they don't want it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a fine read from MIBR, right? It was still the bonus round, so keeping the 3 alive, I actually like this conservative call. It's much
remember the money.
Reasonable.
Woody has 5K. He can drop an op on over for, well, himself, I would suppose.
He can invest
and
into
Exit
it,
can reinvest as well.
So it'll be fine. I mean, Cello can drop the rifle over for Exit. Everyone's going to have a full buy here. Everyone's going to be comfortable. And they'll have a really good chance to make this round happen. That's just the reality of the very passive B hold, right? If you don't have anyone further in towards the site, if you lose Exit, you're kind of out. You're kind of completely positioned out of that site unless you have a fast flank already developing. It's a tough one to do.
Tough indeed, but the buys are back in on this one. And MIBR, they make the right economic call. They invest in their future. And now Woody, who you're hyping up in that pre-show, has an opportunity to use that big AWP. He'll be just trying to scope his way down towards the ramp for now. As Carpe Diem taking things a bit slower in this one. Hext. It's like every round here on Vertigo. He's working some kind of lurk, some kind of play over towards the B site. In the previous round, found his timing. Will that happen again? Not to be known just yet. As it is Woody. A good angle here established towards the ramp. He might be tested, and he is, but neither side really passes it. Damage exchanged. Woody the one worse for wear, but the nade, that's good out of Walco. Finishes the job, and Chop as well finds a frag now with a minute left on the clock. Those are untraded kills across the board, and elsewhere, there was an attempt for the re-aggression that fails, and JOTA as well swings. This one has very quickly fallen to pieces for MIBR.
Turtle's 1 kill might allow him to save this rifle. That's the silver lining you're looking at right now, is now we see how good Turtle is at hide and seek. Is he a veritable champion of the game? I'm surprised they're even devoting utility right now, expecting him to perhaps chance the retake, but they don't want to make any mistakes. They don't want sloppiness to allow an opportunity for Turtle to pull off something clutch. It's obviously not going to happen. Not going to go for it. And Carpe Diem will tie up the scoreline very early on, and despite that massive buy tucked away for MIBR, getting no real impact through this round, it means that they're going to be on the back foot. They will presumably have to take an eco around this one gun, though with Cello saved up cash, I wonder what they might put around it. Some pistols could certainly come through. We know this is a team that fancies the occasional force fire.
I like that attempt at the spam out of Turtle. See if he can find something on one of those players in that close corner trying to save, but no one was close enough to receive any of that damage. So now we get to take a look at what the buy's looking like here from MIBR. Do they want to take the plunge? Do they want to make the investment on in? They have, at least for Cello, so they'll stick to these 2 rifles. I don't know how I feel about this buy. I don't know if I'm a fan of this one.
No?
We've seen them try the hero rifle yesterday, and they did not find too much success. I suppose you have a little higher chance. With 2 of them in the field, you can try and bait those pistols on in. It's just a lacking of utility that can be a little bit bothersome. Cello is trying to get cheeky, though. He has a boost on up. If you get one of those free openers of a play like this, Turtle as well is on boost. You can find some success.
We got mad altitude on these rifles. There's going to be the first pick, but the trait isn't there. Well done for Turtle. So here we go. This
and
is
that
the
might just
save
bait
through
them in
gun.
towards the ramp setup as well, right? Because there was a second boost there. They're going to be forced to re-hit towards this ramp because they lose space everywhere else on the map. This is really well set up from MIBR.
Yeah, they get funneled through the warning system of JOTA, and there's Cello with another pick. It all falls to Classy anyways to try and drag this back through, or at least do some damage. And okay, it's just the one. They haven't fired a bullet yet in this round, and now Classy's underfooting around, and he's done. My goodness, not only does the 2 rifle setup work out, but they get through it clean. They salvage 3 more guns, and now they've just snatched a buy round away from Carpe Diem. Disaster.
I don't think that could have gone better. I do not think that could have possibly gone better. Their play worked to perfection. Have a boost up in towards mid. That gets baited on into. Carpe Diem lose 2 members. The only option then is to push ramp, and there was a second boost ready and waiting. Exactly what MIBR needed to force himself back in towards this early game.
The flip side of that, Carpe Diem, that's the problem with sort of some of the defaulty stuff they really like to do. If they can't win their 1v1s, there's no ability to trade. Cello's already gained forklift. Ton of space. He can get on towards the fast flank. He can certainly allow his teammates to rotate. You can already see it on the minimap. Everybody's headed over towards this side of the map, and Carpe Diem are making a very telegraphed play. This has been read. They don't know, though. The flank hasn't revealed itself yet. But they are red every step of the way. At this point, MIBR has their reading glasses on. They're sitting down. They've got the light turned on just right. They're kicking it in their favorite armchair. And they're reading a book called Exactly What Carpe Diem Wants to Do in round number 6.
I've heard that's a New York Times bestseller.
It's on the list. The problem is reading and doing are different tasks. And right now, well, they can't get any of the kills. They had everyone in position, and everyone's now dead as a result.
They even read onto the flank. Cello should be a dead man walking here if he even swings around that corner. Woody is down. Cello will just have to save. This round has gone so horribly wrong for MIBR, but it was some excellent entries out of Carpe Diem to make it work. A bit too forward from that player on the pillar, caught out by the molly, and the flashes just fully connect. Wiz and Hex both work in conjunction to find their way on into the round, and this one's already over. And Cello loses his head. Flawless round for flawless round. We're back tied at 3.
And it's actually kind of wild that these are, again, 2 flawless rounds that shouldn't have been converted, realistically, right? The first one, obviously, you've got just the 2 rifles and pistols around them. But in this one, MIBR, you cannot ask for better info. They gain the deep control immediately. They rotate right off of that with 0 concern. They have the chance at the fast flank. Like, that is the best possible situation on Vertigo to read into. They had the right read. They just couldn't shoot. Bonkers.
That is a bonkers round indeed. And this is one of those ones where sometimes if you look at this matchup on paper, you might doubt Carpe Diem a little bit. This MIBR squad, they have had the firepower. They've looked so good in these aggressive plays. But Carpe Diem, when those individuals are fragging, their structure just works wonders. Despite being read on into, their execute is just better drilled. Their util usage completely flushes out the players of MIBR, and no one hits their shot. Still, there is money. Maybe there's a UMP for Turtle. That's a little unlucky and a little weird, to be honest. I think this is not a one-off. We've seen him buy the UMP before. He's one of the few players that is still a UMP enjoyer.
Anachronistic players.
Yeah.
Buy the
He's not
MP9,
like the other
man.
girls.
You got the extra $50. It's so much better in every way. But whatever. You know, Turtle's slow to adapt as well. In this case, it's like, I don't know, 4 years slow? When did the umpire come through? It's been a while.
It's been ages. I think it might even be more than 4 years.
Let me see.
Okay, as we say that, as we're just belittling the UMP buy, it works for him. Good on him. Colossia is down immediately. Now towards mid, this might get a little bit weird. Top is so deep. Exit swivels around, but the M4 just worse in that duel. Dink for dink, and Chop wins it. UMP will re-clear this space, and it's a gun to be recovered, a real one to be recovered for the likes of Turtle. However, mid was never the play for Carpe Diem. Instead, they re-ramp over towards, well, the ramp, but they've lost space. Again, this is another one of these rounds where MIBR might just have the read. They have players in the right spot off that mid position. The question is, can they get it done?
For your edification, May is 2 months away from the 5-year anniversary. Nice shot from Walco. Big whiff from Woody. Means that we got big problems now for MIBR. And JOTA, he's in a top spot. Much damage already done. Tough gonna force back away, and he's been spotted. Hex has him. Confidence from Carpe Diem is overflowing at this point. This is gonna have to turn into a save.
Yeah.
They're so good at these entries, Mimi.
It's wild. And it's another one of these rounds. It's almost exactly the same as that previous one, where there's a great info play from MIBR. Mid-round, someone re-pushes. This time it was in mid. They realize that 9 times out of 10, this is going to be a hit towards the A site. 3 players were here. They all die. No one is able to hold. That is really impressive for Carpe Diem to be able to get it done. These players came ready to the server today.
Certainly nice to see as they'll pull into the lead, and a bankrupt MIBR is going to have to figure out how they're going to rally around this one gun. With a parting gift, at the very least, get something doing here. A little bit of tail-on damage, a little extra money to operate with into the next round, but that might just help him set up a flashbang, something, anything. Could even put head armor behind this. This is going to be tough. I think he bought a smoke to toss over to a teammate, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Parsing the utility around, but this one's going to be an eco. They're going to take their medicine now in an effort to get back on track with some gun rounds. And Carpe Diem, look, we saw them lose a similar round before. So don't count your chickens before they hatch, but this should be a little bit easier for Carpe Diem now.
Hello? Just trying to see if he can get anything for free over towards the ramp with, again, one of these 2 weapons available to his squad, and that's where that answer is no. Walco has gotten quite a bit deep. That early ramp control has been garnered. Chunky nade on Woody. They still have not felt out this. Could get weird because the flash is good. Use one of those pistols as a bait. Find a rifle for the frag. We even out at 4-on-4. But now the question is, for Carpe Diem, do they read into this? They realize, hey, a little too much invested towards this A site. We better double that back. Try our options elsewhere. And that is the answer for both these teams.
No, maybe.
Maybe?
They're funneling back. They're assuming that it's a rotate, but it isn't. MIBR went and checked mid, and now they realize that they're still stable. So they're going to poke back in. This could turn the ramp into a tomb. That's going to be another couple of kills, and it's all falling apart. The bomb included. It's just left to Classia. The read was wrong. I don't know what they saw, what they heard. They didn't trust their rotate, and they bailed off of it, and it's going to be another catastrophic round for Carpe Diem. This is now 2 rounds that they have dropped to just 2 rifles and pistols around them. It's a disaster. It's just giving life back to this MIBR squad, right? These are rounds where they should be down and out, where you should be sweeping the legs and just knocking the wind out of them. And instead, you're just like, hey, you need a hand up, buddy? Okay, let me get you back into. You know, it's not fair if you don't have guns. Let's get you back into this fight. Let's get you comfortable, and then we'll try it again. Carpe Diem, just such nice guys.
They're so kind, you know? They're just willing to do that for their good old friends. Unfortunately, it does not help them whatsoever. Cello again, proving his prowess, 9-2 early in towards this game. Even in some of these rounds that are being lost, Cello has still found massive impacts, and now will be that pause on through. Carpe Diem having to rethink their options. Their money is still in an alright position.
Just as
They'll
a
be
note
able
here,
to reinvest.
that one flashbang that caught the player off in scaffold, that was the only flashbang MIBR had in the round.
You're right. I thought there was a little more utility. It was just that one. And that was one for
flash,
one,
one smoke. One
because
flash, one smoke.
the Cello replay was just dry. And then what? You have the trade frag, the swing on through. It's just kind of an individual outperformance in these weird rifle rounds. And Carpe Diem, they're getting read into. I mean, it was the stack the whole time, committed towards that A site. They re-clear towards mid. And in this one, it's another nice opener. Woody has a punish towards mid. That's chopped down. Options start to slim for Carpe Diem. They will reflash whiz on in to reclaim the space. But on the other side of the map, Turtle has fallen an enemy. And it's now into this 5 versus 3. Things get a little bit weird for Carpe Diem. They have so much space to re-clear, but Walcom might just have a play. He's worked up deep in towards the ramp. The timing gets weird. Does he have a piece of utility to clear? He has a molly, but he's not using it. And Cello should be able to find this one. The player in window, baiting enough. Cello will swing, and that kill's free. He should soon realize as well that no one else is approaching. In fact, rotates to come on 30 spots. At least one more. This is called for the rotation on over some. And Cello's alive. He's able to top, but he'll fall down straight off of the map. Still, it's a 2 versus 4. It's still these players are spotted, but through the smoke. A dual one has to play around the fringes, trying to play up above the sandbags. On this angle, he's spotted. The opponent on out, and now it will just be Hex's teammate taken down by Woody's AWP, and with 30 seconds left, his hands are full. He has to commit in towards the site. And the Flasher exit will not even give him an option. MIBR, they are lent a hand, lent a lift. And they find impact off of it, converting back into a lead.
We're seeing that strong Cello presence that we expect out of this player. I like the little bit of micro. Instead of most players just flee once the Molotov comes in, he tries to get on the wire behind it to see if he can pull a cheeky play and it won't spread enough to damage him. I'm not sure if that would ever actually work. He usually will spread to take that spot, but I like the idea, the attempt. So...
Ooh, Deals do find something. That's one frag to connect on through. Turtle is going to hold it down, and he's got himself that frag. There's no more utility to work with for the pistols of Carpe Diem, and this one should just be an easy cleanup for MIBR. Should.
All right, hold on. Hext, gamer, 1 kill already found. Rifle picked up. Gonna go for the peek through the catwalk. No one's close enough to give him a fight. Minute on the clock. Bomb recoverable. This isn't impossible. It's improbable.
What's the probability? What's over under you give on him?
7%.
7%.
I'll give him 7% possibility.
I'll give him 15.
Give him 15% possibility.
Yeah.
You're saying out of a little over 6 tries, out of 7 tries, you get 1 out of 7.
He gets 1 out of 7. Believe in it.
All right.
No util, but he's a pretty solid fragger. He kills the rifle, which is now alone on the site. Makes his way across the site, bomb down. Some util to be recovered off of that.
I'm intrigued.
Maybe
He'd still have to duel Woody, I think. Doesn't look like he's going to clear the girder either.
I feel like this is one of those 5 out of 6 chances.
Yeah. Not the improbable one. Not the improbable one. But we like those odds for Hex. Not going to happen here. Did try and give himself an attempt to make something happen. But again, a round where there's just not much doing for Carpe Diem.
Yeah. Good at least to deal some of that damage. Keep the Brazilian economy nice and accountable.
Yeah, it's a little bit built at this point, right? It's got some legs under it. You want to keep him a bit low, but here's the aggressive play from Glacia. He eats his own flash. Or was that a CT counter flash coming through? Either way, full blind. No one's going to die in this engagement, but Glacia will gain the early map control. This ramp fight has been very dangerous. And once again, Walco is going to eat a ton of damage. Just soak it up like a sponge in the early days.
I love that. Triple HE stack down towards the bottom of the ramp. Nearly punishes on towards Walco. Even if they don't know it, it's still a good way to get started for MIBR.
Key position for exit here. Tricky spot. Pretty far forward into the angle, right? Playing a bit of an off angle. Has a teammate to rotate around to help him out. But he's going to get the kill out of it. Question is, can he get away? Not sure that he can. His teammate's throwing a smoke, but exit's still hemmed in by a Molotov, and now he's back towards the aft girder. Ooh. I think we should start using boat chip terms for forward and back on sites.
Oh, no. We cannot have an eco round, or Mike will not stop talking about sailing. This could be dangerous. Well, it could too be dangerous for Carpe Diem. As Cello finds a frag exit, swinging for more. He'll take that double. And they'll take the round. We have an eco. Oh, no, it's boat time. Oh, no.
You tried to head it off. You tried to head it off and pass. Yeah, so so on a ship, the way you describe a ship is fore and aft, right?
Forward aft, yeah.
Fore and aft, and that is relative to the boat. So it doesn't matter which direction you're facing, it's all relative to the boat. So I feel like we should do that towards sights, right? Foresight is the front of the site, regardless of which way you're looking at it. As it relates to the T's,
like
I guess.
a word. That's like a different word.
Well, no, that would, yeah. Forward.
And the thing is, like,
forward sight would be the way to do it.
Foresight is like also relative to the side you're on, which gets even more confusing.
Well, no, I think you do it relative to the T. Like on a ship, you do everything relative to the bow of the boat. So I think like the closest one to the T's would be foresight, and then aft sight would be back sight.
Are we? He's on the starboard pillar. He's on the starboard pillar. Why is no one trading?
Yeah, I'm gonna start calling this an MM, and everyone's gonna hate me. All of my teammates are gonna hate me so much.
I'm
excited to bring this to an ESEA pug near you. They do have an op. Walco's recovered that. They dropped a player. They've got a gun. This could be bad. Can he get it back to his teammate? This could get a little spicy, especially with Hex potentially trading in towards mid. Wiz has been dropped. But they've still got that AWP, and okay, it's starting to become a little bit of duty here. Unless a 2v2, possibilities abound.
Maybe not a cleanup for the side you were expecting. The garbage man thrown back into his own truck. There's so many guns on the floor now for Chop. If he can find himself in the right position to recover, his teammate has that AWP to play off of. If Bomb gets down here, this post plan is potent, especially considering the utility for MIBR. One smoke. That's all they would have to work with. And they're split up in this endeavor. An ISO player holding deep towards B. They don't really have the facilities to contest this plant unless Exit can just get a freebie. On the initial work on in, he's slowly finding himself forward. Walco just on the other side, ops down. That should be the round unless Chop can step up, and he's done it. Damage, 16 HP, but it's the op. Will it matter? Maybe not. Cello swings forward. It shuts things on down, but too damn close for MIBR.
At least he gets the plant money. Right there on the tail end. Very close indeed. That one got messy. And a lot of these rounds are getting messy, but the end result is that MIBR still have 8 rounds on their CT side, right? And they're going to be okay with that. Now, you'll get a substantial investment out from Carpe Diem, even likely some money to spare. That bomb plant does become a bit of a difference maker here. And if they can run back these last 3, I mean, it's anyone's game for sure. It's interesting how every round that feels like it should be a confident round for the other side has been anything but, right? The forced buys, the mixed up buys, the awkward situations have just been so dangerous for both squads. It's also interesting that this is only the second time Turtles died that last round. kind of bonkers.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
fast play in. Hex already has the
be
entry.
that for Woody.
They're blowing up the doors. This is a breach charge in, and the trades are good. It's going to be left to JOTA to try and hold on to this. And at this point, Carpe Diem can hit a bit of the brakes. This is a bit troubling. JOTA wants to go aggressive to try and bring it back. Oh, nearly has Wiz, but leaves it all to his teammate Exit.
1v3 here. Damage onto Wiz. He should know that at least one of these players is low. But like you said, everything is in favor of Carpe Diem. They can pump this play, and they have a re-hit through mid, but Chop punish. So now 1 versus 2. Exit is lit low. 46 HP for him to work with, but still a belt of utility. And he hears the plant. Knows where this one will be ending. There's a flash to work back in that lead. It could be so big, but it goes the wrong direction and will not find Flash.
Post on this angle. It's going to require a missed shot from to be able to bring this through. Utility won't cover off this crop. Have a freebie, but the jiggle on the angle is good. And Wiz can't reposition in time to get another shot off. Time's running low. Time's running out. Exit has to get on this bomb or has to commit. And they know it. Ball goes to spam just to call his bluff. Not enough. Can't win the round. Can't get through it. Exit will get the parting gift, but I believe he's dead to bomb. And indeed he is. There are no survivors of this round. But there is another one in the win column for Carpe Diem.
It's a big one to pick up. They changed the pace completely, blow off the roof, and enter their way up towards the ramp. Thus far, they've been conditioning with just this slow or pace lethargic. Normally playing that mid-round, trying to re-aggress in through mid. This round, incredibly different. Good util to just press on forward. It feels like these rounds that are working the best for them are when they just work off their pivots. He was so well drilled on these faster side executes, and we saw it in that round, but it's just not something you can do round upon round upon round. You need other options, and slower one here. Slower work towards the ramp could be it. Wolfgo is alone, isolated, but Woody, I don't want to fade. The molly will force him forward, and he wins out on the duel. No trade to be had. Cello was ensuring that that doesn't happen, and elsewhere, the chip damage has been good. Wiz and Hex down to half HP, and relatively minimal map control for Carpe Diem.
Talk in, that might be exit forward, but no one's watching for it. Eventually they'll adjust before losing any casualties, but damage has certainly been done, and now this smoke spam is going to be deadly. Molotov will delay that bomb plant further. They can't test it. Re-smoke required. They're running out of util. One more flashbang. Glacia might need to shoot his way out of this one because they are running out of health. It's all onto Glacia and Hex. Bomb somehow goes down right under the noses of MIBR and a bit further in the damage column, but it's not going to be a round win. Not this time. Somehow, MIBR hang on.
Dude, Cello has been unreal.
Yeah.
115 ADR across this game, 15 frags to be picked up, and they are all in these most crucial moments. Even his micro there in that retake, to throw down the smoke close, be able to jump across the gap, and have that kind of second angle to make it so tough for Carpe Diem to find a trade on towards his teammate. Excellently played out of them. The lacking utility, you might think that that's an assured deal, but Bomb never has space. There's never an opportunity for that post plant to be established, and round goes the way of the Brazilians. There is still money, but it is nearly dry, and the utility a little lacking in the departments. Does not matter for Hex, though, as he opens up a double towards the B site. This one will have to be a retake for MIBR. I don't think anyone is close enough to stop this plant. JOTA does have that molly, and should find more.
Last round and a half. They're going for it, but they don't have the flank. They don't have control in towards mid. They don't have anything easy. They do burn Hex alive. That's a little easy. The question is, when does Chop's play come through? Playing this passive. Is he going to start to make his move now? Certainly he's got to make a move now. Waits too long. He's not going to be able to help his teammate out when the actual hit does come through. Now they've made the noise. Now they've given up the audio cue. Hex is coming in. Slightly a little late. Sorry, Chop rather. And the kills are coming through, but it's all onto Cello. This man's been a monster, but he's flanked out. He cannot predict being shot in the back, so the flank is the critical piece. It's 9-6 as we take the halftime break. right, gamers. You want a little more Vertigo action? A little Carpe Diem, a little MIBR, a little 6 to 9. I'm going to guess some more Ecos 1 as well. It's gaming.
I love gaming. I don't know if there's anything I love more than gaming, and well, we've got some games. Honestly, that was very relatable, Mike, so thank you for making it very relatable to, I'm sure, myself and all the chatters there. Carpe Diem, though.
I'm thinking about making a
I don't know about that one. But what I do know is that MIBR should soon be executing towards the site, but there are 3 players here, and they're ready. Chop might have a play as well. He's forward on the sandbags, anti-flash. Find an opportunity, and he will not get one. JOTA shuts down the gap in the smoke, exploited. So now, like, it's a little bit weird, because there's still a minute 20 on the clock. MIBR can pause, but they have 0 utility left. And they might just look to double this one back. They leave 2 players here. And the bomb, crucially, still on B. They're trying to fake this one. But JOTA has fallen. So now Woody alone with the bomb.
It's going to work. They think that was just the one lurker. And now they're going to start to rotate off. Oh, this is interesting. So that rotation was just a fake. They had no intention of going anywhere else. They just full audio cue rotated because, of course, those noises now go up through the floor, and it's worked beautifully. They pulled everyone off the site. JOTA even sold the fake with his life. That's kind of nuts. And then the bomb's down, and Carpe Diem's locked out of sight. This is going to be such a tough retake. They've got a single smoke to make it work. They do have the kit, but they have to get past Woody here. Up by the HVAC as well. He's dealing out some chills, if you will. Dropping him on down. It's all going to come down to the gun at this point. It's going to be a fight, and Turtle is holding the line. Even exchange here. Time's starting to get low, but it all falls to this man. Turtle, he's drawn back into his shell, and they're chasing him down. They want to crack this. May have just done enough. One more bullet. He's got it. Turtle, a 3K, gets double digits for MIBR.
Such a massive round from MIBR, and the mid-round calling is excellent. Woody set that one up so well. They keep the bomb there. They sell the fake with a player. Commit JOTA on in. They think he's the lurker. They hear the footsteps. Why wouldn't you rotate? Free sight. Sure, the post plant gets scrappy, but at a higher level, that one is just so well played. MIBR outbraining Carpe Diem in this one.
The read from the get-go, right? Just to pull that fake rotation. Obviously, getting the first kill sells it way better. If you don't get that, maybe Carpe Diem don't react so strongly, but love that idea. Love that execution as well. Cheeky, cheeky, cheeky. It's one of those things that you can do on Vertigo that teams just don't take advantage of enough. You can sow so much confusion. It's an information game, Counter-Strike. So if you can sell a fake like that without ever having to actually commit to the rotate, it's huge. Maybe another B play. They've got the presence in towards mid as well, so they'll presumably try and pinch in towards the site. Chop's position is huge here. Right, obviously Klasia is the first point of contact, and getting one is nice. More would have been better, but, you know, that's always going to be the case. Chop, though,
Here's the thing.
was responsible for controlling the pitch.
Yeah, Chop has been insane on these Deagle rounds. Wild as an individual. I think trying to pull a couple of those in those favor, maybe he'll have another round of those rounds. Maybe he'll have another one of those opportunities to pop off in this one. But for now, MIBR, they slow down.
I don't know if this plan's going to work twice, right? They're chilling for a moment to see if they can't get a response out from Carpe Diem. This time they're not trying to sell a fake. They were just kind of chilling out. But the bomb is the one that's forward on Woody. They've allowed enough time for CTs to actually get back in towards the site. Problem is the bomb is the one that's committed, so they're certainly going for it. You can't rotate off this point. Now Woody's been dropped. This could get really messy. It's a 3-on-3. They need to win this mid-fight, and they do indeed. That's a huge thing for Exit. Had to do it, and he's done it. And with that, he can pinch on in. Here's my question, though. If they lose Exit, if Exit loses that duel, what do they do?
Don't really leave themselves too many extra options. It would have taken heroics at that point. I don't really love that round, but still it works. Carpe Diem will be punished on towards the eco. I suppose if it's maybe a bit of a risky plan and it works, you gotta believe.
Here, the Deagle's effective. We saw those hand cannons make a big noise. First half, shallow. He's full confident in his individual ability, and with this, they've cleared out the B site. Just 2 pistols on the retake. Controlling towards mid, still available. this should be a tough ask for Carpe Diem, and indeed, it's going to be a nothing ask. There's nothing to do here. Welko will try and get an exit, try and get a something, but he might just get a woody bullet to the face. Wooden bullets. I don't fire so good, but if they go in, you get a lot of splinters.
You do. And,
Could you shoot a bullet of wood? Would it just disintegrate?
I feel like in, like, modern weapons, no. Maybe if you have, like, an old-timey, like, flintlock pistol. But I feel like that might even be more explosive, because that was just, like, black powder.
Okay, apparently you can use wooden bullets.
In the chat?
They're like, they're potentially used as, like, crowd control. You can harden the bullets. I mean, I know you can, like, burn wood to harden it. Or expose it to heat. You don't quite burn it, but, you know, you heat harden it. And use that for, like, spears and stuff. Interesting. Be useful against vampires, maybe.
It would be. Maybe coat it with onion.
Garlic.
The ultimate weapon.
Garlic. Oh. Onion. Coat it with onion. You get a flavorful of vampire. I don't know why I went Italian.
I suppose if you're in the business of cooking up vampire, then I don't know. That's kind of
how you that's how you preach.
Anyways, back to the Counter-Strike. Classia's in a big position, and he makes a play for one. Chop elsewhere to grab a frag, but there's a trade back from MIBR. Chop more in this round. He's forward. He's taking a risk here, and he is rewarded. Bomb down, 3 frags. Chop secures it.
I do love the play from Woody, because, like, yeah, he's already done. Like, it's not working in that round. But I like that his instinct is just, I'm gonna jump. I'm just gonna jump.
I'm gonna jump.
Maybe I catch that guy in mid-sight and get $600 off this SMG. Just boing. I imagine he shouted the Mario jumping as he did it. That's what I choose to believe happened in the comms.
Yeah, I believe.
Do you think it was like a third jump? Wahoo!
What does, like, the voice actor for Mario in Portuguese sound?
First of all, Charles Martinet. And I don't know. I don't know who does the voice comms. I don't think so. I suspect. I don't know when they dub Mario. He doesn't talk a lot in actual words.
Well, Walker's gonna have to jump in this one, unless his teammates got his map. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, a play here. Walker forward 1, nearly the second, but Cello does reply. He's down, though. Spam from Hex does numbers, so we're back to a 3-on-2. MIBR had not gained a whole lot of space from all that death and destruction. They still have the ramp, but lane control? Nope. Tight. Nothing really else doing. They're going to hit the pause button here.
.45 seconds on the clock. Time starting to creep on in. This is a pretty critical round here. They have a chance to really make life difficult for Carpe Diem if they can convert, but that's a big if at this juncture at 35. Time getting low. You still have a full set of utility on exit, but he can't die before using it. Oh, getting a kill would be nice. Hex, though, slipping back into the side hallway. They're going to try and rotate off of this? What are they doing? They're just stalling out. They're stalling out. Now the util set comes in. They might think they've cleared this, but they've done anything but. Brings Woody in towards the side wall. So makes it difficult for them to plant. Huge kill to find out to Haxton. There might be the lineup here. 10 seconds. If exit can be dropped, it's over. But he's good. 5, 4. He's got just to get this bomb planted, and they play them like a fiddle. So much pressure on for MIBR, but in those final seconds, in those tiny margins of the round, that's where they thrive.
Mike, it's another one of these mid-round miracles where MIBR put themselves in such a tough position, but just the raw player talent pulls them back into it. That's a heartbreaker for Carpe Diem to lose. They'll call the tactical timeout as a result. Take a moment to chill on out, because this next round could sway their fate in this map. And to be frank, within this series, their chances on Dust 2 are tough. They are low, considering especially how good MIBR has been throughout this game with players like Woody and Cello. Finding the performance they've had, this one's going to be difficult. The comeback here feels requisite, and they're making the investment. This round might just decide it.
You know what else Charles Martinet voiced? Parthenax in Skyrim.
Really? Did you kill Parthenax in Skyrim?
No.
Okay, good. You are a kind soul, good person.
Yeah, I always like to do different characters who do like the different options and quest lines, but none of them I can.
No, yeah, I would never. He's just like chilling up on.
And the blades are just jerks, man.
They are.
If you're worried about getting spoiled for a game that is at this point 11 years old, tough.
You should have played it by now, to be honest.
You should have played it. Go buy Skyrim.
Oh, I think I've played that game like 4 times, but
I
we're
don't
getting on
want
a
to
bit
know
too
how
much
many
of a
hours I
tangent.
have on my old 360 on that. That was like junior year of high school. Just
Yeah.
gone into the void. Speaking of gone into the void, it seems like Carpe Diem's round might be going into the void here. They've lost 2 players already. Walko looking for some contact. Molotov will force him off the angle. And there are 2 players here towards the site, but we've seen them have issues with this before, and MIBR are very content to let this clock start to dribble away. I think still controls that mid-rotation at some point. He's going to make his move. And Walko's between a flame and a flame place. And he has found the one safe haven to stand upon.
Molly will keep them locked out further. Hex could have a play here, though. This is such a risky position. One misplaced step, you're off the map. One misplaced angle, your head's gone too, and probably that same fate will soon befall you. They wait a second to execute, but MIBR will likely just hit the go button here, finishing towards A. They have that SMG towards their ramp. That'll be Turtle. He can that man to create the space, open up this site, and likely spot out Hex. Hex will need more than 1. 2 and dying, that's fine. It puts us in a winnable position for his team, but anything less and you start to feel bad about this one. However, as we've been talking, as we've been distracted, look at the minimap. B site,
Yep.
that was open the whole time. This one is probably over. I imagine this is already just a save. You deal with Turtle, round's done.
It was a bit of a gamble stack, right? It was hopefully that situation where, well, either you're going to win or you're going to save, and, well, they're not going to get either. They're not going to win this round, certainly, and now this is a pretty tough situation. Try and save the gun, and they'll get nothing through it. So a bankrupted Carpe Diem isn't allowed to take a gun on through, and MIBR are going to have a pistol eco against which to find map point on their opponent's map pick. It doesn't get any better than this for the Brazilian squad.
No.
They have looked phenomenal since the half switch.
They've been demolishing on this T side. I mean, that is a hallmark of MIBR. They are such a strong T-sided team, and when Cello is having a game like this, it's hard not to. Already an opening pick from the man aforementioned, his 21st in towards this game, and the fun does not stop there, and the pain will just continue for Carpe Diem. Can the Eagles even find any damage? It probably doesn't even matter at this point. Plenty of money for MIBR if they get the bomb plant, which there's pretty much no way they don't at this point. They'll be sitting pretty, and the round will too.
I mean, as much praise as we're giving Cello, Turtle deserves it just as much. He's just found his 21st kill as well. They've been hand in hand, or I guess Turtle hand in foot.
Okay.
I think
This is a big conversation topic.
Flipper?
That we have to do quickly.
Flipper?
Do 4-legged animals have like legs and arms, or are they all 4 legs?
They're all legs.
Okay.
If you walk up on it, it's a leg.
I think monkeys have arms and legs.
Sure,
even if
yeah,
they walk
okay.
on all
I think it
fours.
has to do with I don't know what the actual definition is. I'd imagine it has to do with like spinal structure. And presumably
We're getting
also,
very
like,
deep into this.
Dexterousness, maybe?
Dexterity?
But then there's
elderly
animals that have dexterous feet, right? So that can't be it.
Who knows?
Turtle.
Mid here, Turtle.
Turtle. He's had his neck chopped off, and this one's looking good for Carpe Diem. His second kill comes through suddenly. Looking good for MIBR. But we've seen so many of these situations where they somehow find a way to recover. They haven't found any damage, but they're just going to slow things down towards the A ramp and start to take some space. It's Hexed and Walko, and they cannot let another advantageous situation slip them by. This is obviously do or die for Carpe Diem, but with such an advantage into the round, takes on added importance for the Psyche.
Still a chance here. MIBR go with this one, and it might just be looking for an opportunity. Walko isolated, but he finds it. That's a massive one exit. Will trade back on through, but he receives damage. Now this op is playing just on the other side of the fading smoke, and there's a man isolated. Hexed out in the open. He deals with the pressure well. Keeps this to a 4 versus 1, and should keep Carpe Diem alive. And that's what he can say something else. A 1v3 here, 5k left in the bank account. Even if you don't win the round, going for damage here could be massive. The bomb is still on the floor, so his hand is forced. It's not the up duel. He has to rely on Wiz whiffing, or on Wiz not even having an opportunity. Down to 1 HP he goes. The Tech 9 is out, but what he cannot do, it chopped on the shutdown. So 3 alive and around to keep it going for Carpe Diem.
So some snappy shooting here. I mean, at least you add a little bit of extra cost onto the round, just to keep the bank from getting out of control. You see the effects here in that walkaway as an MP9. It's not ideal for Carpe Diem, and obviously you're going to be bringing the hurt right back if you're on MIBR. So another chance to perhaps crack through, but Hex aggressive with it. Molotov behind will slow down this A ramp. Taken. JOTA's already out, and he's already found one. He's making hay while the sun shines, and well, he might just be his own sun. He's pushing on forward, continuing to find the space. They haven't conceded the ramp itself. Now the question is, can they get on the site with 3 players here for the Carpe Diem side? You can if you shoot like that. 1 tap, 1 kill. No problems in, and he might just be leading the way to their destruction. A huge miss for Wiz. It's all falling apart, and this one-man JOTA is just destroying their defense. He's up to his 21st kill as well. That seems to be the magic number here for MIBR, and it all falls to Hext. A 1v4 required of him. A clutch to keep them alive in this round, and MIBR are just beating their path on forward in towards site. Hex is in boost up. He's here, and he's got to make all of the play, and now his position to field, but not even going to back up. They're just going to spam him on down, and that will be MIBR snatching their opponent's map pick.